say one thing, just give me a reason. Know you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Let me find out my team ballin'. You look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch.
Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
On the ready. General West.
Record. SOS. Mike.
Ready.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down. Hart complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
He's crashing.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Set up. 10 logo.
Oh, you got deep? Tight end right. Even. 4 down.
On second down, a run with Breida. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
55, my guy, 55. No chance. Check, 52.
On third down, Hart. Throwing left side, it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
On first down, here's Breida. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings us 2nd and 8 at the Vikings' 39-yard line.
Greystone, Travis.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Don't get nervous.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Hey, check Mike. Watch 55.
They can't hang with that.
Yes. Hey, orbit.
55, Mike, 55.
Go. Go.
From the gun, Hart is going to go for a big play downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Mike, 54. Hey, I'm coming.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky. And some room to roam now. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here we go.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. They run with Hines. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Alert.
My 52.
Hey, team 6.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Trubisky, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
We often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, wahoo! Get it.
2nd and 6. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield, but now it'll be 3rd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Hit it.
Operating from the gun. Hart. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. On 2nd down, it's Hines. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. They'll run with Muhammad, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Hines. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. Open man here is Hamilton. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side?
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now 13-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Come on,
following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Topper!
Check three.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him up.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Danielle Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hart going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it 1st and 10. This is Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Hines. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They go play action. Trubisky, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Returnable for Lockett. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Sponge. No. Check safety.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait in Hampshire Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Hart. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the shotgun, Breida. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
X3, 218, chop. Hey, high 7. Hit it.
To throw on 3rd down. Hart dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
And let's pin them here.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Hines. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Bravo.
Now Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
5.
What's the curl?
5.
Throwing again. Hart. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Hart. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Hey, check mine. Hey, Zoo. Watch it, check. Shoot.
Hey! Look at me, zipper!
Banjo.
Now!
2nd and 13. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brings up 3rd down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Delta!
Watch the run. It's south, baby. That's baby south.
Shoot!
From the gun, Hart. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Eric Armstead. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A throw taken in by Hamilton. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Hines. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now Trubisky will lead his guys to the line. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and run it right. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
1st and 10 at the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give to Breida. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 42-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
6-6. Pull it. Hop back.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
70. Indy. Tyler, 64. Wait.
3rd and 1.
Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
First down, Vikings.
180! 54! Let's go, let's go! Big ass, big ass, big ass. Alert, 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 alert!
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
First down, Minnesota.
Bring it on! 180! 54 miles. Hey, keep it up, keep it up. Check 13, check 13.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 44-yard line.
Alert, 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 alert.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
18.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll run for it with Hines, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And that is incomplete. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And one of the things that makes this play so difficult to defend is that it has so many options to it. And the quarterback has to go through them and fast. Do you hand it off inside? Do you keep it yourself? Do you pitch it to a trailing back? On this play, it's hard to say that he made the right decision because that play was swallowed up for no gain.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Look, squeeze.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. You go tight. You got tight.
80 weapon.
Check for it.
Leo.
Undercrunch.
You're out. Ready.
They go counter with Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk 1st. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Here we go. 30 base.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check three.
Sean, go.
Show it up.
Fight.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Matt Breida with time running out. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Operating from the gun. Hart. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.